All right, welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Carden Ellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everybody.
And boom! Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know if the term wrecked, full beast mode, savage mode, I don't know how to describe what our queen and savior just did. I mean, this is pretty mighty. This is, I don't know how to describe it other than saying, Cody, please tell us what euphoria hath just happened upon us.
Okay, well, the news angle, what's actually going on is, for those of you who don't know, Tulsi Gabbard has had a long-standing, going back about 3 years now, beef with Hillary Clinton. They don't like each other, mainly because Hillary said, Tulsi said Hillary's an establishment shill, and I think Bernie should win in 2016, and Hillary hasn't forgotten. So, about a month ago, Hillary Clinton accused Tulsi Gabbard of being groomed by the Russians as an asset, and right around that time, we saw a lot of people floating in the media similar ideas. Anyway, Tulsi and Clinton went back and forth. The result of this is today on the 11th of November, Veterans Day, fittingly, Tulsi Gabbard's lawyers demand a retraction of what they call defamation from Clinton. Now, here's what's interesting. There's a couple of lines there that are pretty interesting. Now, the way this is worded is absolutely insane. I think this is the actual, here we go. So let me get this move for you guys so you can read it better. This right here is the actual letter from Tulsi Gabbard's lawyers, I believe. This is the statement in full. So give me 1 second. Move that so you guys can see a little better. Here we go. It says, in light of this, we demand that you immediately hold a press conference to verbally retract in full your comments. We also demand that you immediately publish this full and fair retraction on the Twitter account at Hillary Clinton and distribute it to CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and the Washington Post. On October 17th, 2019, I, Hillary Clinton, made certain statements about Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. Among other things, I, Hillary Clinton, accused her of being a Russian asset and that Russia was grooming her to be a third-party presidential candidate. I, Hillary Clinton, was wrong. I should have never made these remarks, and I apologize. I did not have any basis for making these statements. I acknowledge my grave mistake and error in judgment in this matter, and I want to move this up so you can read the last line, because this is the part of the statement that makes me think she doesn't think Hillary would ever do this.
Oh, no, I don't think anybody does.
I, Hillary Clinton, support and admire the work that Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard has done and will continue to do in serving our country. Holy cow. So, anyway, again, to recap, the lawyers of Tulsi Gabbard have sent this to, I believe, Clinton's lawyers, demanding that Clinton publishes this retraction and verbally reads this retraction, that Hillary publishes this retraction, saying that Tulsi Gabbard is great in every way and that everything she said against her was a slander and a slur. It seems like everything that Hillary said against Tulsi is actually probably a slander and a slur. The way that recent cases like this have gone, though, there's absolutely no way they'll ever legally compel Clinton, just because, like, in stuff like this, it just comes in the First Amendment.
You can say anything you want about a public figure.
It's allowed to be Hillary Clinton's opinion. Like I always say, if you ever want something really bad about someone, you can always just say, Ted Cruz looks like he could have been the Zodiac Killer. I don't know. Maybe he is. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, even if you go,
if the Covington kids couldn't win their case, then nobody can win their case.
The point being, if Hillary was cagey about it, but still, that you don't talk about like a scorched earth apology. She's not saying I want Hillary to apologize. She's saying, I want Hillary to publish my retraction for her in every single major publication. It's absolutely crazy. Now, while it's funny in and of itself, and a lot of people are going, "Oh my God, Tulsi just destroyed Hillary," and stuff like Hillary, and a lot of people remember that she did Kamala Harris. But this is an article, by the way, from the 7th of November. This goes back about 4 days ago now. This has nothing to do with what happened today even though more news came out that's good for Tulsi today. We'll get into that in a second. Tulsi Gabbard got a boost following Hillary Clinton's attacks on her. Again, CNN is no right-wing Tulsi defending outlet. They're just stating the facts here that Tulsi Gabbard's campaign really was kind of, I don't want to say directionless, but it hit a point where it lacked that oomph, like what's the real,
like what do we like about her, what's the substance.
And then once she started just taking on the establishment like this, and Hillary kind of helped her out by attacking her like this, they mentioned that before the Democratic debate on October 15th, Gabbard looked like she was going to miss November's debate. Candidates needed to hit at least 3% in 4 qualifying polls. Gabbard had never hit 3% in any qualifying poll this entire year. Clinton's remarks on the 17th. Following Clinton's remarks, Gabbard got a qualifying poll from Suffolk, Iowa, that was taken partially before Clinton's. Then she reached 5% in a CNN/University of New Hampshire poll conducted the following week. Over that same period, Suffolk gave Gabbard another qualifying poll. Finally, she got her last qualifying poll, a 3% in a Quinnipiac University poll from Iowa about a week and a half ago. So, again, I want to wrap this up. Hillary Clinton didn't say anything about Tulsi Gabbard out loud, very vocally before. She had been sniping at her in the media, but not directly until this date. After this date, Tulsi Gabbard went from her campaign's over to she's got a pathway. We were just joking. We just did a video that's going up right now about how Andrew Yang got a second qualifying poll. Well, Tulsi got her third and was above him in the poll.
Yeah.
And it looked like Tulsi wasn't going to even be in November. We're talking about the December debate. We're talking about the next
zero
debate
to
forward.
hero.
But this is what happens when you come at, like, this is something else that happened to someone else. We already made a video joking and kind of dunking on top-tier candidate Kamala Harris. But Tulsi Gabbard absolutely eviscerated Kamala Harris in the debate back in I guess, end of September, early August. Okay. I mean, I want to read this at the end, what she was saying about Kamala Harris, and she basically ended her campaign. Here we go. This was great. When you're in a position to make a difference and an impact on these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the cases of those who are on death row, you blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There's no excuse for that, and the people who suffered under your reign as a prosecutor, you owe them an apology. Well, what was the result of that? What happened?
The electoral result, yes.
Yeah, what's been happening in the polls since then? Well, in the polls since then, Kamala Harris has continued her absolute free fall from at one point she was, I'll give her credit, at one point you could say she was the top tier candidate. That point is long gone. She has continued this absolute free fall from, and again, Kamala Harris is the golden line here, the only one that's really in an absolute free fall. She took a small bump lately, but you'll notice you can't see because she's kind of polling lower. Tulsi Gabbard is still have an aggregate polling of 1.5%. She just got 6% in a New Hampshire poll, and she's probably going to be on the debate stage in December. So who's trending the right way? The former top-tier candidate or the woman whose campaign was basically, I don't want to say floundering, but again, it lacked...
Floundering? She didn't qualify for a poll. I mean, it was beyond floundering. It was on the chopping block.
Well, it looked bad. However, now, even CNN's admitting that, I don't want to say admitting, CNN's just accurately reporting that the Hillary Clinton attack really helped Tulsi Gabbard. And again, I think part of the reasons why people love Tulsi Gabbard is it's no secret that Clinton's not unanimously popular. A lot of people don't like her, as a matter of fact. She's not this beloved character in politics. She's not like, because think about it, even Obama has detractors. I think everyone will admit Obama's much more well-liked than Hillary Clinton is. And even Obama has people that detract from him. So the fact that Hillary doesn't like her might be what's causing her to give this boost. I think the bigger thing, though, is people love seeing kind of the crony establishment shill types get smacked down. And I just want to just focus on this apology that Tulsi Gabbard is demanding with her legal team from Hillary Clinton. And this is my favorite part of it right here at the end. I'll read it again. It's hard for me to line up right so you guys can read it. But again, she's demanding that Hillary Clinton says, I, Hillary Clinton, support and admire the work that Congresswoman Gabbard has done and will continue to do in serving our country. So just the irony of it, again, just for full context, Tulsi Gabbard is, I don't even think you could say Tulsi Gabbard is a veteran because she actively serves in the military, right? Like I think veteran refers to a
veteran generally assumes
had served, does it? Yeah. So she's actively serving in the military today while running for president, by the way. And on this the last month, I guess I don't want to say this month, but not the last month and a half, she has had former first lady, we can run through, right? Hillary Clinton's been with Secretary of the State, like it's just been a lot of stuff. And she literally went on a podcast and said, I think the Russians are grooming one of our service people to be a spy against us, and I think it's Tulsi Gabbard. She actually
which she insinuted that it was.
She said, I know who it is.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the person, and again, I can pull up the articles and be able to
I got to tell you right now.
They've been beefing for years. Hillary just doesn't like Tulsi, but you know what? It looks like we know who's getting the last laugh, and it looks like, well, hold on. Full disclosure, Tulsi announced she's not running for, like, her career might be over. She might be untouchable in politics after this because the fact that she just went full scorched earth. However, if that is what happened, I gotta get Tulsi for,
But see, I know conservatives
going down on her feet. So
I know conservatives that now that they know this will donate to her campaign because there's it's okay to disagree on policy if values are shared. And I think that's one of the things that most people miss. And it is blatantly obvious that Tulsi Gabbard values transparency. She values fairness. She values honesty. A lot of things that are top tier values for 99% of America. And I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of her candidacy because forget her electoral success. She took down Kamala, corrupt cop Kamala, in a way that nobody else on that debate stage had the guts to, or had the articulation or the dignity to do.
Well,
She's suing Google and was able to prove that the ads were not allowed to be played that she had queued up, and she's going against the giants. She went up against top tier candidate Kamala, took her down. She's got the lawsuit against big tech. She takes down, Hillary Clinton's not the winner of this conversation. Hillary Clinton is not the winner of this engagement. She's the only person I know that publicly has called out Hillary Clinton that is not 6 feet under right now. You know what I'm saying? And won. So she's hit every big establishment. She's hit the candidacy establishment. She's hit the emeritus candidate establishment. And she's hit the big tech establishment. And she also went against the DNC in 2016 when she straight up rescinded her position, quit her position just to say, you're all railroading Bernie. What you're doing is corrupt. There is not an establishment that she has not attacked with dignity and won. This girl is batting 1,000. She's 4 for 4. Awesome. I don't care what you think about. Well, actually, I do care what you think about the Electoral College, but I don't care what you think about 9 out of 10 of your other policies. Those 4 acts are acts that conservative Republicans haven't had the guts to pull off.
Yeah. Well, and again, though, like it's, if she does this and conservatives say, I love Tulsi Gabbard, then they read her progressive policies and say, I don't like Tulsi Gabbard anymore. All that aside, the really fascinating thing about this is, like I said, it took a campaign that, by all accounts, even the Tulsi campaign they were probably a few weeks away from sending out those, if we don't hit X donors by X date, I'm drunk. You know what I mean? Those kind of, they were getting pretty under there. To all of a sudden, oh, here we go. Sorry, I want to pull this up. I want to show you guys just visually what this actually looks like. Because again, if I go to real clear politics and I show you the polling aggregate for Tulsi Gabbard, you will look and go, oh, what, like a 3 and a 0?
Yeah, she's in the soup.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good. However, the aggregate that matters is the aggregate for polls that actually count for the upcoming debates.
Yep.
And when you look at those, Tulsi Gabbard's been trending up. Yeah, a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s, but a 6, a 5, and a 4. Trending up. Again, this is a campaign that was going nowhere. As I mentioned in an article,
that's a 600% increase.
Hadn't even hit 3s. And now she's showing up, and she's showing up, it looks like, particularly in New Hampshire. So
big state where it matters.
Oh, I think I've also think there's a lot of independence. Yeah. Primary state, early state, you want it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to highlight that, like you said, a lot of people like what Tulsi's been doing. I've seen a lot of conservatives say, oh, and Tulsi's slamming Hillary, because they don't like Hillary. So anyway, they don't care who slams Hillary. They're going to talk about it. But the fact of the matter is, this strategy is turned into a winning one for Tulsi, because I think you brought up a good point there, which is the fact that one thing that conservatives do actually say, complain about all the time. I wish more conservative politicians would fight back. They don't fight.
Yeah.
You want them fighting back. Tulsi Gabbard has fought back against anyone that dares challenge her. She's fought back against. And I don't think that's. I want to go back to. I want to readdress what I just said, because I don't actually think that's partisan at all. I think people in general want to see somebody fight back against these stupid establishment types. They don't care who it is. Like you said, dude, if you were to, if I just blind gave you bills that Tulsi Gabbard like signs off on, and like you'd be like, oh my God, this person's a progressive communist. I don't like this. I'd be like, Tulsi Gabbard, like, what? It's because seeing somebody stand up to the establishment, you don't care about anything else. Because like you said, that is what bothers people. No one's standing up to the establishment. And again, what does it mean for Tulsi? Is she just out there?
She's getting rewarded.
Yeah, is she out there just doing it for her ego? I don't know, because she is moving up in the polls. She's probably going to qualify for this debate that she actually had no chance in hell of qualifying for about a month ago. You go back to 4 or 5 days before Hillary made those comments, no way Tulsi Gabbard has any chance of making it to the December debate. All of a sudden, Hillary Clinton insinuates that she's like basically a Russian spy or a asset for the Russians, or I don't know what she's insinuating, but nothing good about active servicewoman Tulsi Gabbard. You see what happens, and I also wonder how much of it is. There was debate earlier about like which party owns like patriotism. I think every American, regardless if they're Republican or Democrat, if they hear somebody's literally serving in the military and there's this crony establishment type accusing them of being a spy for Russia, you are going to see people be upset, always. Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing.
So anyway, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. Get the latest updates there. If you want to contribute to the channel, please check out the link in the description or buy a hat at problemsolverpolitics.com. And no matter what, make sure that you make sure that you leave us a voicemail at 1-833-PSP-radio. This is Problem Solver Politics.